a lot of trouble against standard, SK style.
I agree, and I mean the way F91's playing, I mean Idra will probably try and do something similar to the Andromeda game, if not mech. And if he does something similar to the Andromeda game, I mean F91's just gonna roll him effortlessly. I mean he's just been dominating Idra's style quite brilliantly, and I mean full credit to him. And so I think we should get this game started. Game 5 of Idra versus F91. F91 taking a 4-0 lead, winning the series, but the question is, how much money is Idra going to get? So here we go, Game 5. We have F91 in the bottom right corner of the map, and Idra in the top left-hand corner of the map. So this is the first time in the series which we've had cross position. So is that going to affect the matchup very much, Chill?
I think it will, especially if Idra decides to open up a mech build, given that the staple of mech nowadays is one vulture harassment. I don't think one vulture is very effective on Colosseum, and especially cross position. And it means F91 will be able to expand away from Idra to both corners. And whereas if he was in the top right corner, the push to the main would come that much sooner. So I think this does put a lot into F91's favor, especially if Idra decides to open up mech.
Fair enough comments. Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious to see what Idra is going to do here. I mean, I know I talked to Artosis about this, and he didn't believe that Idra would be going mech too often. And there was one person who posted in the thread for the hype of this event that that mech is impossible on this map. Well, sir, you are very, very wrong. I can't remember who you are, but you should be ashamed of yourself. Idra will probably go mech, I would imagine, and like you said, the way he's been playing, I don't think it's going to be that effective at all. And here we go, here we go. Here's the 9 drone scout. Go F1, F91. I love your old school style.
Was that the same person who posted that 9 pool is cheese against 14 command center? Because yeah, that really hurt my brain to read, and we were all sitting in TL staff waiting for that guy to post. But regardless, it's going to be telling if we see Idra take his gas next. He's got an SCV queued, so the next 100 minerals, no, and it's going to be an SCV. So this doesn't look like a mech build, to me at least. Let's see what happens, but it looks like standard 1 barracks expand, in my eyes at least.
Yeah, I mean, he probably will take that expand there, and I don't know, he may transition into a mech build, but like you said, it doesn't look very mechish at the moment.
I find that kind of surprising, actually. I don't find Eminem too strong on this map, given that you have those 3 bases, so you're kind of sitting in your main for so long because you want to take those 3 bases, and then to break out, you've got to come through these chokes, and there's the inside the other 2 mains, there's that one natural. It's really easy to defend. Looks like F91 taunting, looking like he was going to build a creep colony, but not, obviously. Kind of funny there. Now returning the drone.
That'd be hilarious if he started building a creep colony. That'd be the ultimate thing to tilt Hydra, and I'm sure that he would be fuming if he was sunken pushed. And yeah, so that wall that Idra has built is going to really stop that drone from being able to scout. I mean, I guess that's one way to nullify the 9 scout. Idra is indeed starting his command center as he has done all throughout the series except on Raid Assault. And I mean, nothing more we can say about it except that Idra is playing stock standard once again.
Little different this time. The gas comes on 15 as opposed to 18, so I guess that lends itself because Andromeda, this isn't Andromeda, it doesn't have the 3 bases. He's probably not going to get the quick +1, so a little different from F91 this time.
So yeah, there may still be a mech build here for Idra. I mean, he has taken his gas relatively quickly. I mean, he doesn't have the second Rax building, and he's building a 3rd Marine, which is slightly different from what he's been doing from the other games. It's similar, but not the same. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with his first 100 gas, seeing as he doesn't have an engineering bay or any way to spend that gas. So oh no, he's building an academy. So yeah, it may actually be just a standard bionic. I'm not sure. Here's the first 100 gas. He doesn't have the 200 minerals stored up, so I'm assuming this means he's not going to be going mech after all.
Yeah, if he was going mech, there would definitely be a factory out and a vulture to harass and control the map. And there definitely would not be an armory this quickly, so I really don't believe this is a mech. I'm surprised the second barracks is not coming down this quickly, though. This build is kind of confusing me. I would expect, well, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Here's a factory, so Idra kind of a build that encompasses everything. He's got an academy coming, still making Marines, and now a factory.
That's very peculiar. I mean, Idra has way too much gas for what he's actually needed in this build so far. So unless he's got some crazy handbone timing push or something crazy like that, I don't see why he's played the game the way he has thus far. I mean, he's adding a second barracks now, so it's definitely not mech. So, yeah, it's very peculiar. It may just be for quick science vessel upgrades, or just quick upgrades in general. I'm not sure at the moment, and Idra's playing too weird. F91, however, is playing, well, he's got Hydralisk down, and it looks like he's going to go for a Hydraling push, which generally is more effective on maps without ramps like Colosseum, so this should be very interesting.
Yeah, maybe there could be a mole in the situation, and Idra I don't know, there goes the starport. I was expecting some sort of quick siege to defend this. Given that Idra is playing off one barracks for so long, and he's so few units, this could really cause a lot of troubles. We've got Hydralisk speed done. We've got to expect, here comes Hydralisk range. Idra could be in a lot of trouble here. This timing is going to be really tight. He's just getting stim now. He's going to need Marine range, or else he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes a bunker, but he'll need more than one bunker to live this attack.
I think F91's then going to cruise control now. I mean, after taking the series win, and I think he's started to, lay off on the old macro hardcore game, and he's going to go back into what he feels comfortable, what he feels is going to be more fun, and I think this is going to be one of his more fun builds, which he's going to enjoy a lot more than he would have otherwise.
Yeah, he's still making drones though and going lair, so it's kind of strange to me that you wouldn't invest all your all-in money into going all-in. So this could be just some sort of kind of harassy Hydralisk coming in the high ground, bugging this barracks, making Idra overreact, and then going into lurkers because he's putting down evolution chamber gets cancelled. Let's see what he's adding. If lurkers are going to come from this lair, no drop, no spire, so it's probably going to be lurkers. Strange that you would open up with both Hydralisk upgrades and then go into lurkers. Maybe he was expecting to play against Mac, I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe he was just expecting mech play. I mean, I was kind of thinking there for a moment he had built the Hydras on the high ground, forced Idra to move his barracks and try running with Lings or something fancy like that, but apparently not. Apparently this was probably a counter to mech. And with lurkers coming very soon, I mean, F91 has been playing kind of weird, but Idra's build hasn't been exactly optimal either, so I don't know. I don't know where this game is heading from here.
Even little things like, see this Overlord in Idra's natural, that kind of stuff should not be happening against a top tier player. I mean, you should scout that and kill that. That's a free kill, and killing an Overlord's early game, it really causes quite a bit of, it's quite an annoyance on your timing and whatnot, so that kind of thing is what I would expect Idra to be killing, not leaving things like that. He's got a sizable army, he's probably going to wait for a science vessel and then look to move out.
Those are a lot of Hydralisk amassing up on Idra's high ground there, and they could be used to ambush Idra as he moves out. I mean, Idra's putting up a second factory. He'll probably be going 2 fact tanks, which is going to be very effective on this map, given how the naturals are all on the high ground, and that means that tanks are that much harder to attack for at least range units anyway. Idra's adding 2 more barracks, and his vessel is almost done. So I would imagine as soon as that vessel's done, he's going to push out, look to take his third, and then I'm thinking F91 is going to try come down and snipe off a few of those tanks with those Hydralisks, and then come in with lurkers.
I'm surprised he's not morphing some of those into lurkers. There's quite an opportunity here to move down with Hydra lurker and flank that, and the lurker research has completed. I see no lurkers for F91, just a lot of Hydralisks, so I'm really kind of surprised for that. He's got his third base morphing. It's almost completed now, and he looks to be in a pretty decent position. Karnak pointing out that Mutalisk armor is being researched, and Mutas coming out. Wow, so you don't see too many Hydras into Mutas these days, but here it is.
Yeah, it's a very, very peculiar build by F91. I just assume that he's prepared for mech, and hasn't quite grasped that Idra is not going full mech. I don't know what he's doing, but it looks to be very effective, seeing as Idra has no turrets anywhere, and is pretty much relying on his marine control to be able to deal with this. And given the terrain of Colosseum, this could be quite difficult for Idra. I mean, he did take out the Overlord at the bottom, but here we go. Here come the Mutalisks, and they're doing quite a bit of damage here to those SCVs. Idra's reaction is quite slow, and the Marines are getting stuck on the tanks and they can't get up to defend properly. I mean, those Marines are ripe for the picking, and here's going to be another example of F91's micro.
Yeah, for sure, and the science facilities only got irradiated, about 50%. SCVs being taken out, medic getting taken out, that's huge. Medic kills are huge in this game, especially at this point, and Idra really not grouping up properly, stimming over and over. This medic is having its energy drained quickly, and a lot of these Marines are at 4 life, so Idra not reacting quickly or properly here, and still the SCVs are away. You know, this is what I like about great Zergs. It seems like they can do anything. Coming in for the vessel. This one vessel all the way down. Radiate goes off. Got unstacked. Those still stacked up. Still dealing damage. Finally he gets it out and separates it. But those vessels took a lot of damage. And as I was saying, this is what I like seeing from good Zergs. It seems like they can do anything and it's still effective.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same with great players in general. I mean, they can always pull off the greatest thing. Hold on. Rich is asking for a pause for some reason. We will see what's up with the tech troubles at the moment.
The stream's dead.
Like this, there are so many people trying to watch this game. It's actually quite amazing. This is probably the biggest broadcast since the TSL. Okay, we're up.
Some people are saying it's up. Some people are saying it's down.
So I guess we should wait a little while. So, how do you think this game is going so far, Chill?
Well, it's definitely strange. I can give you that much. I would have thought that Mutos Harass would do a little more damage. He ate that Radiate, and then that seemed to back him off quite a bit. I don't know. Looking, there's a lot of tanks. I don't know if the Hydralisks are going to be able to deal with this, but not a lot of Marines. So, I mean, if this flank that's going to come from the Hydralisks takes out quite a bit of the Marines, then the Mutalisks are just going to come and finish it up. We can see by what F9's producing. I mean, look, he's got a full group almost at his rally point.
Alright, let's get this show back on the road. So here we have Idra moving out of his choke now with a great number of tanks. Here come the Hydras preparing to flank, but there are way too many tanks, and F91 wisely backs off. And F91's snipe on that Hydra is very good.
I don't know if that Irradiate was the best. He's got to know there's Mutos coming. I don't think you want to waste Irradiates on. Oh, the Hydralisk getting caught out of position. This is about the first time we've seen F91 make a huge micro mistake. Looks like he's not even paying attention. A Queen out for F91. There's a build where you go for Queens and Mutas and just target the command center. That could be what he's going for. Or he could be getting Ensnare. I don't see any research from the... here comes Ensnare from the Queen's Nest. And 12 Mutalisks coming in to harass Idra's natural. 2 turrets there, but those will be taken out almost instantly.
And here those Mutalisks go. They're taking out the second turret now. And Idra scrambling to get up there with the Marines, but they're not going to be any good against those Mutalisks. And those Mutalisks are killing off everything with quite high precision and efficiency. Idra moving down with his army, deciding, oh screw it, I have nothing left to go for now, I have to go all in. He's pushing in with everything he's got, and I don't know, F91 produced a lot of drones in the last round, so his lava count was a little down, and is low on minerals at the moment, so this push may be able to do a little more damage than F91 would like, but we're basically all in here from Idra.
Idra caught the Mutalisks at his natural with an Irradiate, so those are all low health, and they're forced to retreat, so Idra's gained control of his natural yet again. He's got a lot of tanks, not many Marines left at his main, and this attack is going to have to finish him, as you said. I don't really think F91 has enough to finish him. He should be getting caught with a lot more Irradiates. I think Idra should be being a lot more aggressive with those vessels. Since he knows he's all but all in at this point, takes out the Spire. That's huge. No more Mutas for you, F91. And with 3 vessels and Irradiates, that's going to spell the end for F91. I've got to say this game is Idra's from this point forward.
Yeah, I mean, Idra's managed to hang on to his natural by the skin of his teeth. He's reproducing those SCVs, and this push is looking very, very strong indeed, as you pointed out. That tank range has managed to take out F91's natural, and I guess he's just gotten a little too complacent, and all this cute Queen stuff really has cost him the game.
So here we go, let's see what this Queen can do. Gonna ensnare, and then here comes the Muta flank. So he's just flying around looking cute. There goes the ensnare. Then he sacrifices a Queen for unknown reasons. Here comes all the Mutas. They get instantly irradiated twice. That is gonna be it. And F91 GG's.
Well, that was actually quite entertaining, that mass mutilus sacrifice at the right. I guess you can consider that a sacrifice to our stream gods, that they stop auto blocking us from now on.
Thank you, F91, for sacrificing $25 so our stream may stay up.
Yeah, well, I mean, Idra should be I'm very happy with that. I mean, Destination is the next map, and he should be good on that as well. And although he's lost the series, he's managed to earn himself for $25. He'll be up to $50 now because he's lost the series, which automatically qualifies him for $25. So he could be still looking to take out $100 from this.
I've got to say my 4-3 prediction is still well and good, whereas your 5-2 is nowhere to be seen.
Well, I guess I just got a little swept up in the Idra hype.
That's true. A lot of people saying on IRC that they got caught up by that hype as well. I got caught up in it about the first 3 or 4 times, but I'm immune to that by now.
We just have a little issues with this replay at the moment. Shouldn't take too long to work out how to get this thing going again. So Destination Chiller, what can you say about this map?
Again, I have no problems playing against Terran on this unless they go mech. And there's 2 variants of mech that we usually see from here. There's the 8 racks bunker into quick vulture into expand, or there's the 1 racks expand into vultures. And there's also been another one lately where there's 2 fact vulture run by, which is kind of cute, but I think that one's the weakest of the 3. And both of the other variants I mentioned are pretty difficult to play against. We've seen people getting a lot of Hydralisk and 12 Mutas to try to snipe off tanks and whatnot. It's really hard to play against mech on this, so I'd like to see Idra do a full-scale, true mech build here.
Would you say that accounts for the rather large Terran imbalance over Zerg on this map?
Yeah, for sure. There's not much room to spread out on this map, and there's it's a symmetrical map, so really that lends itself to mech play because there's not many neutral expansions for Zerg to take. And when you're playing against mech, you really want to spread your wings, spread your hatcheries all out, just taking random expansions, because Zerg tries Terran, a mech Terran against Zerg looks to move out in that huge clump, and it's really hard to do if Zerg is spread out. But on this map, there's many expansions that are not that spread out. Terran can just move out with that huge army and just look to shut down expansion after expansion.
Yeah, and that's very true. And on top of that, those bridges and every single expansion on the map is very difficult to access. There are numerous numbers of bridges which really make getting across ramps very difficult, which inherently favors the defender in any given battle. And Terrans typically are the defenders in all matchups, so I mean, they have a slight edge over Zerg in that respect. Because all the expansions are rather difficult to get at. I mean, siege tanks are also very, very effective in getting let me not get this wrong, the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock expansions, which are kind of on the high ground on the edge of the map. The siege tanks can effectively siege us from the low ground, which means that you don't have to push up that ramp. So I mean, that's another thing that works in the favor of Terran.